This video is intended to give you knowledge and understanding about serious health issues, how to recognize the symptoms early, take action, and protect yourself before it's too late. Too often, people ignore the warning signs, only to realize when it's too late that something was wrong. Our goal at Next Level Studios is to empower you with information that could save your life or the life of someone you love. Pay close attention, because what you learn today could be the difference between early detection and a medical emergency. Let's begin. The cancer that catches you from behind. It doesn't start with pain. It doesn't even start in the colon. It starts with silence. And by the time you feel something, it may already be too late. Colon cancer is one of the most deadly, fast-growing cancers in the world, and most people never see it coming. It hides behind embarrassment, behind symptoms people are too afraid to talk about, behind a system that doesn't recommend screening until it's almost too late. This is a cancer that doesn't just kill, it sneaks up and strikes without warning. And if you're under 50, the risk is rising faster than ever. This is what you need to know before it's too late. What is colon cancer and how it really starts? Colon cancer begins in the large intestine, often starting as a small, harmless growth called a polyp. At first, it doesn't cause pain. It doesn't cause bleeding. It doesn't disrupt your life. But if that polyp turns cancerous and goes undetected, it can grow, spread, and invade nearby organs. What makes it deadly is how quiet it is. You can live with colon cancer for years without knowing, all while it spreads silently through your digestive tract and into your bloodstream. By the time the symptoms appear, blood in the stool, abdominal pain, weight loss, it's often in an advanced stage, and that's when survival rates plummet. The signs of colon cancer don't always scream cancer. They blend in, they hide behind daily habits and common discomforts. Blood in the stool, changes in bowel movements, fatigue, cramps, a feeling that your bowels never fully empty. Unexplained weight loss. Most people ignore them. They're too embarrassed to talk about it. They wait. They assume it's something they ate. Hemorrhoids, stress, anything but cancer. But during that wait, the tumor is growing, spreading, cutting off your chances of early treatment. This is how colon cancer wins. It counts on your silence. Why it's hitting younger people now. Colon cancer used to be a disease of the old. Now it's showing up in people as young as their 20s and 30s. And no one knows exactly why. Some blame ultra-processed food. Some point to inflammation, gut microbiome imbalances, or hidden toxins. Others say it's lifestyle, sedentary routines, lack of fiber, too much sugar and red meat. But one thing is clear, something is triggering a shift, and the system isn't keeping up. Screenings aren't recommended until age 45. Insurance doesn't always cover younger patients, and symptoms in younger people are often dismissed until the cancer is already advanced. This is no longer an older person's disease. It's a warning sign of what's happening to all of us. What's happening inside your body? When colon cancer begins to grow, it doesn't just stay in one place. It starts with a single mutated cell inside the lining of your colon. That cell divides, then divides again. Soon it forms a tumor that begins to block the passage of waste. You may feel bloated, you may notice thinner stools, you may see blood and think it's nothing. But that tumor is already disrupting digestion and potentially spreading to nearby lymph nodes. Once it escapes the colon, it can reach the liver, lungs, and beyond. And here's the terrifying truth. A tumor in your colon can exist for years before showing serious symptoms. By then, it might not be treatable. This isn't just about the colon. It's about what happens when your gut, the foundation of your health, starts turning against you. The truth about screenings and prevention. Colon cancer is one of the few cancers that's actually preventable if caught early. A simple colonoscopy can detect and remove precancerous polyps before they ever become dangerous. But most people delay it or avoid it altogether. Why? Because it's uncomfortable, because it's stigmatized, because nobody wants to talk about their digestive system. And the system doesn't push it. It doesn't emphasize how powerful early screening can be, because there's more profit in chemo than in prevention. More money in late-stage treatment than in stopping it before it starts. But the truth is this: catching colon cancer early can save your life. Ignoring it might cost you everything. When colon cancer is caught early, surgery may be enough. The tumor is removed and life moves on. But once it spreads, treatment becomes a long, painful battle. Chemotherapy, radiation, multiple surgeries, ostomy bags, months, sometimes years of living in survival mode. The side effects are brutal: nausea, hair loss, crippling fatigue, immune system collapse. And even after the cancer is gone, the fear of recurrence hangs over every test, every scan, every symptom. Treatment isn't just physical, it's emotional. It changes the way you eat, sleep, think, and live. And for many, the worst part isn't the pain. It's knowing they could have caught it sooner if they'd only known what to look for. People feel ashamed to talk about their bowels, ashamed to admit they're bleeding, ashamed to bring it up to their doctor. But that silence is deadly. This cancer isolates people. It makes them feel weak, embarrassed, and afraid. It convinces them that their suffering is something to hide. And while they stay silent, the disease spreads. We don't talk about gut health. We don't teach people the early signs. We don't normalize the conversation. And that silence is killing people. Get screened. Talk to your doctor no matter your age. Ask about colonoscopies, stool tests, and genetic screenings if you have a family history. Eat more fiber. Cut back on red and processed meats. Reduce alcohol. Stop ignoring your gut. Your colon is your second brain. It controls digestion, immunity, and the balance of your entire body. If something feels off, pay attention. Colon cancer is preventable, but only if you speak up before it speaks for you. Colon cancer doesn't play by the rules. It's not just an old person's disease. It's not just about genetics. And it's not something you can ignore until it becomes obvious. Because by the time it's obvious, it's often too late. The system isn't built to help you catch this early. It's built to make money off your delay, off your fear, off your silence. But you don't have to be another statistic. You don't have to wait for a death sentence to start paying attention.